Hey everyone, Bess McCarty, Victoria, Kansas. Welcome to the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show. This is a show sponsored by the MLM Millionaire Academy, our generic alternative school for network marketers. And it's a place where you can come and get personal growth every day for lunch, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And we cover a personal growth book every month. This one is a new one that we're on. It's Leading at a Higher Level by Ken Blanchard. And today we're on Chapter 2, which is the Power of Vision. So this is very exciting because, as John Maxwell says, everything rises and falls on leadership. So here's another leadership book. We covered John Maxwell a lot, but here's another leadership book from a little bit different angle, from a different author. So very exciting. And I'm going to go ahead and invite some people. By the way, it is winter here. Winter has arrived here in Kansas. It is cold, cloudy. It's even supposed to snow this next week. And you know, the other day was like 80 degrees during the day and 30 degrees at night. So we had a big shift. What's it like where you are? Love to hear where you're watching from. And also if you're watching the replay, love to hear that too. So I'm going to invite people while I share with you a little bit about our purpose of this show. This show is presented by Jeffrey David Gamble and Brandy Pember, weekdays 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and me on Wednesdays. And our purpose is to help people grow, to educate, equip, and empower entrepreneurs and create independent servant leaders. What sponsors the show is our generic school, the MLM Millionaire Academy, which teaches the 10 core commitments of their proven decades to create the greatest success in network marketing, as well as the famous favor script that Jeff evolved and we teach within the school, and the follow-up and how we do this. It's the most innovative, the most effective method for network marketing that I've ever seen in all of my years of being a network marketer, my decades of being a network marketer and curating for network marketing as a generic teacher. I'm a dedicated generic coach and teacher of network marketing. And this is the best method I've seen, so I had to bring it to the school. And people are jumping ranks with that and getting the best results I've ever seen. So we welcome you to check that out. I'll put a link below, but you can also find that school at mlmmillionaireclub.com/basics. That's what this school used to be called. We changed it to MLM Millionaire Academy to more accurately represent the school that it is, but you could find the class at mlmmillionaireclub.com/basics, because that's what we teach on Sunday night, every Sunday night, a basics class. You cannot do the basics enough. So this MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show, you can find on the Facebook group MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show. Right there you can find all the replays, whoever presents, Jeff, Brandy, or me. You can find all the replays there, and you can find almost over 600 MLM leaders there that we discuss topics about leadership, challenges, leadership on your team. You know that in network marketing, the first job is to sell your product or service to retail, service your customers well, and then to train other people to do that too. And then the third level is the advanced level as leadership. So whether you're a leader or not, this would be good for business. This show is good for business because you're either leading, or if you plan to grow and be successful, you will be. So get trained. Let this stuff sink in. You cannot get enough leadership training. And welcome, Benny. Welcome, David Roeder. Glad to see you guys. If you're here to take your leadership to a higher level, please type in yes, because I want to acknowledge you for that. So as Jeff and Brandy went over yesterday with intro and chapter 1, really leading at a higher level, what I can summarize from Ken Blanchard with this means that you have this higher vision for the good of all, at the same time equally the good of the individual, the involvement of the individual character. So ideally leadership covers both of those things. Yep, it's Wednesday, isn't it? It is Wednesday. So I'm glad to see you guys. Benny and David, by the way, are dedicated students within the MLM Millionaire Academy, and very actively moving and growing. They both achieving, David has achieved level 10 or working on a level 11 of certification within the school, and Benny has been exploding his business with doing a sort of a challenge right now with using leads and exploding his business right now. So it's really fun. I just love seeing people grow. That's my favorite thing as a coach and teacher, of course. I even love seeing chickens grow and tomatoes grow and everything. Just the growth is just thrilling. It's just very, very exciting and thrilling. So that's what this book is about. Growth of you as a leader and of your team. So today is chapter 2, The Power of Vision. And Ken Blanchard, here he is, by the way. I always like to look at, see what people look like. That's Ken Blanchard. You may have known him on the personal growth and motivation field for years now. And so he has written a lot of good books, topics, subjects, speaker, teacher, trainer. He says when leaders who are leading at a higher level understand the role of the triple bottom line as the right target. And he says every organization should have this triple goal, and that is to be the provider of choice, right? The one that people want to go to, the employer of choice, the one that people want to work with, and the investment of choice, the one that investors would prefer. That's a really good triple bottom line. He said when people understand the right target there, the next thing is their focus everyone's energy on a compelling vision. And it was Fitzhugh Dodson that said, if you don't have goals and plans to reach them, you are like a ship that has set sail without a destination. What the heck good is that? What are you going to accomplish? You're just going to accomplish maybe the joy of sailing, maybe the joy of sailing for itself, and that might be worth something to some people. And it's like he speaks in here about Alice in Wonderland, when she asked the Cheshire Cat, she said, please, which way should I go? And the Cheshire Cat says, well, it depends on where you're trying to get to. She goes, I really don't care. And he goes, then it really doesn't matter. If we don't care, if we don't have a preference, if we don't know ourselves enough, care about ourselves enough to ask ourselves, what do I love? What do I want to accomplish? What do I want to do in my life? What difference do I want to make for people? And that's what I call a higher level. I call that significance. And there's books written on, like The Red Key is a wonderful book written about significance. Thinking about just beyond just me, beyond just my team, beyond just my lifetime. Thinking of a legacy to leave. How are we going to leave the world and for our kids and grandkids and their children? Thinking of beyond just me, that would be significance. Living a life of significance, or a vision of significance. In fact, how far can your vision reach? Some people's, it reaches till the next paycheck. And they're very, very excited every paycheck. Rather than think, well, let me invest part of this money. Let me do something with the money. Let me think that I'm going to be living beyond this month. I'm going to be living beyond this year. I'm going to be living beyond this decade. Let me plan for my retirement. Let me think way down the road. How am I going to provide for myself for the future? What's my life going to be like later when I'm not able to earn as much as I am now? Have I provided for that? Probably 10 to 30% of people think that way or provide for that. In fact, Ken said in here that only fewer than 10% of the organizations that they visited were the members clear about the vision. That probably is true for people too in our lives, and maybe let me not just prepare for my own retirement, but as Grant Cardone said, if you have a vision just for your life and you go, hey, I'm fine, I'm making six figures, why do I need to become a millionaire or something? He said, that's selfish thinking. You're good, but what about the next person? What about organizations that you can help, or help to train people to learn a business, or donate to schools, help people learn skills, become a trainer or a developer or a leader. and money can allow us to do that. So if a person says, hey, I'm okay, I can coast, I'm all right, I'm all right with this, there is something to that. There is something with being content, something good about being content where we are and happy where we are, and not needing our happiness to rely on becoming a millionaire or not, which doesn't go as far nowadays as when I was a kid. Sound like when you're a kid, you got it made. Now it should be a multimillionaire just to provide, basic choices in our lives. But so having a vision does not mean that we are not happy now. It means that we are thinking bigger than now and bigger than ourselves, and providing down the road so that maybe someone else does not have to sacrifice and look after us. But also thinking about what kind of future am I going to leave my kids and grandkids? What kind of a role model am I going to be for them? What kind of education, training, and skills am I going to ensure that they can have? And what kind of world am I leaving them? Am I leaving an ethical world by being a good role model for them and for those around me? Am I doing what I can to improve the world, whatever small or large way that I can do it, like on these lives? This is part of our vision of helping people grow, to educate, equip, and empower entrepreneurs and create independent servant leaders. So this is what we're doing toward that bigger vision as, a donation from our school, a way that we are leaving a legacy this way with these MLM Lunchtime leadership shows and with personal growth. Hello, Janice. Welcome. How are you? Janice is another star network marketer. Follow her. She's an incredible lady and incredible leader. Thank you for coming on. I would love you guys' opinions about what is leadership to you at a higher level. What does that mean to you? And also any questions that you have and any stories and tips. Love to hear all that. So the importance of vision. Leadership is about going somewhere. If you and your people don't know where you're going, your leadership doesn't matter. So you hop in a car, where are you going to end up? Tennessee, California? Where do you want to end up? It matters, right? To check in and know what we matter, know what matters to us. So Jessie Stoner conducted this extensive study of more than 500 leaders and their teams, and she said it was striking. The results, the leaders who demonstrated strong visionary leadership had the highest performing teams. The ones who had good management skills without vision had kind of average. And then the leaders, of course, with the worst performing teams were the ones that had neither vision or good management skills. Lack of shared vision causes people to get mixed up, to get confused and overwhelmed, and maybe go in different directions at once. They have multiple priorities, duplication of efforts, false starts, wasted energy, none of which supports that triple bottom line. Remember, of being the preferred provider, employer, and an investment of choice. But yet a good vision builds trust, collaboration, interdependence, motivation, and mutual responsibility for success. I equate it as like a machine that all the parts work and it's well oiled and it just works. It works well. The system works well. And so a vision pulls all that together and directs it and organizes it and keeps it on track, makes sure it's on track. The late management guru Peter Drucker said the best way to predict your future is to create it. And I was sharing with our on our training class Sunday night with the MLM Millionaire Academy the story of Arnold Schwarzenegger, who had a vision. He got to where he did because he had a vision, and he said, I felt really lucky to have a vision because most people don't. He said 74% of Americans don't like their job because they don't have goals, right? They don't know where they're going. But he got his vision about at age 11. He was born in Austria in 1947, and he didn't really want to stay there. Even as a kid, he had a feeling there's something more and something bigger for him. His folks and his family wanted him to get married to a nice girl and settle down and, raise a family and have kids and all this. And he just knew there was something else supposed to be for him. At age 11, he saw pictures of the skyscrapers in America. He said, that's where I want to be. But how do we get there? Didn't have any money, to get to America. And then he saw in a magazine Reg Park, who was Mr. Universe 3 times, and a huge, bodybuilder and everything. And it said Reg Park in this magazine. Reg Park works out 3 to 4 hours a day. And then Reg Park went on to make the movie Hercules and became a famous rich movie star. And Arnold said, "This is the blueprint of my life. This is exactly what I want to do." And he knew as a kid. He said, I want to, become a bodybuilder. I want to make movies. I want to become a millionaire. I want to become rich and famous. And that's exactly what he did. And sure, he had lots of opposition along the way, but he didn't care. He had his vision. And he said he was so happy as a child to have that vision. He felt so fortunate, so lucky, because most people don't. He knew exactly where he was going and what he was going to do. So then he started working out like 5 or 6 hours a day. And people would say to him in the gym, hey, we're all sweating and stuff, but you look happy. You look like you're enjoying yourself. Why is that? And he said, every time I lift, I imagine I'm lifting my trophy. And so he went on at age 20 went on to the Mr. Universe competition in London, and he became the youngest Mr. Universe ever. And went on to win that title 5 times, and about 6 other bodybuilding competitions, because he was huge. And then he told his agents, okay, next is movies. And they laughed and they said, no. They said, you're too big, you have an accent, and nobody can pronounce your name. And so we went to other agents and other managers, a lot of them, and they all said the same darn thing. But he goes, I didn't care, because I had my vision. And like, he had complete faith in it and focus, doubt in it. He had no doubt. And when people said, you can't do that, he heard, you can. When they said it's impossible, he heard possible. And when they said, nothing anybody could say could dissuade him that he was going to reach that. He just knew it inside. And so that kept him going. And so he went to America, because now maybe with the competitions he had the money. He went to America, studied English, acting, and accent removal. And he said, working hard at bodybuilding made me a success, and I'm going to work hard at learning this acting stuff. So he did. He worked hard at it. And he made his first movie, Hercules in New York, went right in the toilet. No good. Didn't deter him. He made 3 more movies. Got spotted. He was asked to be Conan the Barbarian. It became the greatest. That movie was the greatest hit of that year. And they said, without Arnold's body, we would have had to build one. If Arnold wouldn't have had that body, we would have had to build one. He goes, hey, my body was an asset, not a liability. And then he was asked to be Terminator. And they said, without your accent, the movie wouldn't have worked. He said, hey, my accent and my body are assets, not liabilities. But he knew that all along. When Hercules in New York failed, he goes, it's okay. I had my vision. I still had my vision, right? That was the most important thing. So you have your vision statement. And how do you know if it works? Well, if it's forgotten or just framed on a wall for decoration, he said, it's not working. If it's actively used to guide every decision, then it's working. And here's some guidelines to creating a vision that really works. What's its significant purpose? What business are you in? I think it was it Southwest Airlines that said, we are in the business of helping people move across the country. Not we're in the airline business, we are in the business to make, a certain amount of quota or money or anything like that. We help people to move about the country, to get where they want to go for their own reasons. We help people to move, to get there. And that was their purpose or their significance. And so want to focus on what people really, really want. and not necessarily the features. I know that marketing teaches us to focus on the benefits to people, what's in it for them when you speak about that. What is your mission statement, or what is your power of vision? Speak about what's in it for people. WIFM, what's in it for me? That's what people are always wondering. Even more, before they hear the features or how you're going to help them get it, they want to know that you understand what they want and how they can get it. Like in network marketing, like a health product, it might be to live happier, to live longer, but also to live, pain-free, to live with the energy to do what you want to do. So to live comfortably, to live with the energy, and to live as long as you wish, ideally to live. That would be a lot of the health products. So, I mean, a lot of the skin products also are to look good on the way there. And Benny Boyle, sometimes we train our whole life for the upcoming you. For the upcoming you. Year, you mean? Thank you, Benny. Thank you, Benny. Love to hear your tips and comments. So the significance should always speak to what's in it for the people before it speaks to how you help them to get it. Make sure it's something people want, like Southwest Airlines, to help people move about the country. That's what we help people do. And it should contain a picture of the future. What will the future look like if you're successful? And it should have clear values, what guides your behaviors and decisions on a daily basis. A vision must have all of these elements to be inspiring and enduring. And going to go to how, let's see, the vision must be communicated and lived. And he says, always focus on your vision. It should be the foundation for your organization, because he says if an obstacle throws you off course, and I'll say when, because they always do come up. And that's what a vision can also do, is to help keep you on track, to refresh you when you forget, to give you strength and courage when you find naysayers and obstacles in your path, like Arnold did. That's what kept him going. I mean, the vision is what got him there, past the blocks and past the obstacles. So do not, how a vision is created, by the way, is not by the leader or leaders or managers or people at the top creating the vision and then announcing it to the people. Ideally, a vision is created by all of the team people giving their input. You want to hear from them, because if they're invested in it, they're going to get behind it. And it's going to be a better vision than just one person or a small group of people at the top can come up with, because the people in the organization are in touch, like in a corporation, for example, they're in touch with the people that they serve, so their input matters. And so you want it to be a team vision. Don't think that we know it all and we should proclaim our wisdom to the people. But get them on board, get them involved in the creating the vision process, and then communicate it, and then live it. Always focus on your vision. And I'd like to read you this closing chapters that Ken puts it so well and sums it up so well. The ultimate responsibility for ensuring and maintaining a vision remains with the leaders, and it's the most critical ongoing role of a successful leader. You just don't make it once and then put it away and put it in a file and think, okay, it's done, it's communicated. It always has to be lived, reminded. Even when I coach people, they have their whys and their goals. This is like getting your greatest why ever. And when I work with people, I remind them about their why every single session, every communication, every text. I try to include the words "so you can," aims everyone in the right direction. So hope you got benefit today from this book, Leadership at a Higher Level, Leading at a Higher Level by Ken Blanchard. And tomorrow is Chapter 3, Treat Your Customers. Section 2, Chapter 3, Serving Customers at a Higher Level. So the next section is about treating your customers right. And Jeff and Brandy will be covering that. You can find whoever presents. You can find us always at the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show Facebook group, where you can request membership, get a free copy of John Maxwell's book, and a free ebook of John Maxwell's, and find the leaders to discuss there. You can scroll down and find all the replays too. So thank you for joining in. We'll see you tomorrow for the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time at the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show Facebook group. Thank you, everybody. Let's go out and check your vision. Either create or check your vision, and be willing to update it and better it all the time, and to put it into action in your own life, and if you have a team, into your team. Thank you. Love to hear any comments, questions below. Keep the discussion going. Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.